Hello everyone and welcome to another high-low game of Age of Empires. Today it's the freaking weekend, baby. We're about to have us some fun as Mr. Yo, playing as the Malay in red, takes on GL.DauT, playing as the Tatars in blue. Now all the players heard their herdables, explore their explorables, and try to go up to Castle Age ASAP, because we are in Empire Wars mode today. Not a bad opportunity for us to take a look at the Civ matchup that we are going to be watching today. Now, the Malay are a naval civilization that come with a few late-game land features that are incredibly powerful. To start with, their battle elephants become progressively cheaper as the game goes on. They get all infantry armor upgrades for free. Their militia line units can be upgraded to cost only food, no gold. So remember, while the Malay don't actually get champions, this upgrade, when combined with supplies, basically turns their two-handed swordsmen into fairly cheap trash units that only cost 65 food. Now, speaking of trash units, to help you raid your opponent in the later stages of the game, the Malay can turn to their unique unit, the Karambit Warrior. This is an incredibly cheap, super fast, but on the whole, kind of weak infantry unit that only takes up half a population space. So, if Mr. Yo trains, let's say, let's hope for 100 of them, they only take up 50 population room. Now, in order to get you up to the later stages of the game, to get those features and powerful units ASAP, the Malay do advance to the next age 66% faster than normal. Pivoting to the bottom right, where GL.DauT has already walled off his entire opening settlement, we've got the Tatars, a civ that does whatever it can to push players towards mounted units. Their cav archers come with extra line of sight. They get Parthian tactics and thumb ring for free. Some of their mounted units can be upgraded to get extra armor, and not one, but both of their unique units are actually mounted units. The first is the Kesh, a medium cavalry unit that actually generates gold every time it pokes and prods at an enemy unit. And the second is the Flaming Camel, which is basically a mounted petard, except it comes with a massive attack bonus against mounted units. Now, once you decide to fight, once you decide to engage into the enemy, very important for the Tatars to take this, the high ground, since their units deal 50% more damage when they fight downhill, which is very important once Trebs come out, since the Tatars can upgrade their Trebs to get a massive 19 frickin' range. Speaking of the Tatars, Spearman down, and first kill, first blood drawn by Mr. Yo, our Malay in red. Now, economically, Tatar herdables do contain 50% more food, and starting in the Castle Age, whenever you build a town center, you get 2 free sheep, which is basically 300 food with that bonus feature I just mentioned. So, already action. We are back in Empire Wars mode today, and we are back on Karsts, the map that always reminds me of ground beef surrounded by a lot of gold and stone. All these karsts, these rocky formations strewn about, as they would say in certain parts of Canada. A lot of stone, a lot of gold, a lot of food, not that much wood. And so everyone starts with kind of 4 forests in their immediate surroundings. And then beyond that, you have to go really far afield if you want to jack that wood. You have to do so on various different points in the map, and it looks like Mr. Yo gets a second kill as the Tatar scout does bite the dust. But our Tatar, does he really care? He's already heading up to Castle Age, and he is going full on skirmisher mode, seeing the archers that Mr. Yo has pumped out. But is it the end of the world for Mr. Yo? Remember, the Malay do advance to the next stage much quicker. So whereas it's going to take GL.DauT 160 seconds to get his butt up to Castle Age, it is going to take Mr. Yo only 96. So that is a 64-second advantage, which is why Mr. Yo will hit the next age first, even though he has 1 extra villager. And actually, look at that. Interestingly, the exact same TC idle time of 16 seconds, a random number and a random fact in so far a very random game. Now, I'm pretty damn excited about this cast. These are 2 players who are, I don't want to say the funnest to watch, but I'm going to say the funnest players to watch, in my opinion. And I don't think I've ever seen them play one against the other. There may have been one game a year or so ago, but I don't remember it at all. You know, the way memory works here and there. You remember things here and there, you forget things. But I am very excited to watch these 2 duke it out, because, I mean, anytime you see GL.DauT, you know there's going to be shenanigans. And anytime you see Mr. Yo, you know there's going to be massive wall-offs, which there already are. And also the high likelihood of shenanigans as well. A wolf is joining in on the fight here as Mr. Yo's army gets zoned out entirely by these basic skirmishers, which are going to have bodkin, but they're not going to be elite. And it looks like a couple of kills for both players. 3 kills to 5. That wolf got killed. 2 extra TCs for Mysterio, who, like I said, never really shies away from massive wall-offs, using even part of this rear gold. How many Karsts do the players have inside of their settlements? 1, 2 for Mysterio, it looks like. Maybe let's call it 2.5 with the one to the north. GL.DauT also going up to 3. Town Center only has half a Karst. So he is down 2.5 to half when it comes to the Karst count. I'm trying to say that word a lot more often so that I can my muscle memory remembers it. For some reason, it's a very hard word for me to say, Karsts, without sounding very Atlantic Canadian. But for now, army count 13 to 8. Villager count down. GL.DauT is down 4 villagers. And now he's laying siege to the siege workshop with the very powerful, very building destroying is I think the word I'm looking for, and very scary unit, the skirmisher. I am of course being incredibly sarcastic. A pair of skirmies down here are going to get absolutely pushed away, I'm assuming, but will they get a crossbow for their troubles? Yeah, they actually do. The ability of these pro players to pick and choose their targets is just incredible. I mean, getting that crossbow when he was one of the 2 out of 7 that was injured is amazing. In the middle of all of that, they're microing back home, they're macroing back home, they're moving their armies around, and somehow they still manage to find the weakest animal in the herd, much like a pride of lions hunting. I thought he would be able to shoo this away, but for now, GL.DauT being a little annoying, keeping Mysterio down here to the south so that he himself can attack here to the north. But is he going to pay attention? There's already a mangonel out. Okay, now he's paying attention because he moved his skirmisher back so he wouldn't have to microwave, just out of reach of the crossbows, which are now on patrol. And a 4th town center. Ooh, decent location here. Is going to get some stone and gold. These maps are always fun to watch for the Georgians and the Armenians to see just how well they use their donkey carts. Okay, entering into the minimum range of the skirmisher, gets a few pokes off, but an extra town center, which remember comes with 2 free sheep. Doesn't matter what your starting animal is, if it's a llama, if it's a goat, a turkey. Doesn't matter. When the Tatars build a new town center, they get free sheep. And because of that feature, they do come with 300 food instead of the usual 200. An incredibly powerful economic feature of the Tatars that is highly... What's the word I'm looking for? Underrated. Uh-oh. Mysterio doesn't notice. But the mangonel doesn't get the best shot, just gets 1. Okay. All right. Gets just 1. The skirmishers soften up a few more, and then another powerful shot of the mango gets 3 more. 4 total kills. Zoning shot out of Mysterio as well, keeping the skirmishers at bay as he returns home. Does he have a monastery to heal these units? That is incredibly sour for Mysterio. He went all the way from here, where he was already injured, taking on a pair of skirmishers, and then he just gets 2 mangonel volleys to the face. First one, like we saw, just clipped the last one, and then 3 more pass away to the rocky death that is the mechanical mangonel in Age of Empires. Villager counts somewhat similar, despite the fact that Mysterio has an extra TC, and he is going, like we saw, mechanical and crossbows, which neither of these cost food. So I'm surprised that his villager lead is only at 4, a very defensive castle, which GL.DauT probably won't see anytime soon. Oh, and another fantastic shot out of this mangonel, although I think this is the other mangonel. This is the hero mangonel that got the crossbows. This is the counter mango that has gotten itself 1 kill as well. And now GL.DauT finally overstays his welcome to the south just in time for a fresh pair of people to arrive. I mean, I'm sure we've all had that scenario when you have your friends over, family over, mostly friends, in my experience, and it's about time to leave. It's about time for the night to end, and you're trying to be polite. You don't really know how to say, get the hell out of my house, the hell out of my apartment, and they kind of overstay their welcome. And sometimes when you overstay an Age of Empires your welcome, you get a crossbow bolt to the face, and GL.DauT is already preparing another distractionary force here. Why does he anticipate another kind of forward attack? For now, he's retreating in the forward position. Does have 2 mangoes to 1. But there are now 7 Karambits out on the map. 9 in total. Another fantastic volley from GL.DauT's Mangonels. Another zoning volley, but here come the cheap, quick, and deadly Karambit. They are the fruit fly of Age of Empires. They are not here for a long time. They are here for a good time. These ones going south, I'm assuming to get those skirmishers, which have made their presence known. And oh no. Speaking of skirmishers, GL.DauT skirmishers are seriously out of position. 2 Mangonels bite the dust, leaving just a fresh recruit to deal with all of this. And here we go. Minimum range has been entered. Skirmishers are obviously on some kind of defensive stand mode. And 4-1, 4-4, doesn't matter what the ratio is when you enter into that minimum range. There's nothing a skirmisher can do. Unless, of course, you're the Incan skirmisher. And then you kind of can do something about it, but maybe in the later stages of the game. Monk getting chased by Karambits down an alleyway. Oh no, he gets got. 2 Karambits get converted. Oh my goodness, I'm sure the monks love spending their faith on converting Karambits as a castle goes up and blocks our view. This is like going to a concert. Then all of a sudden somebody sits down with a big old cowboy hat in front of you. Oh, that's never really happened to me. That's mostly a cartoon kind of experience. Not really. I don't think that's ever happened to me in real life. Maybe if it's happened to you, let me know in the comments. Have you ever sat in a movie, in a concert, in anything, and then somebody sits in front of you with a, I don't know, big hair, big hat, big personality? Big dead here for this one monk who's getting chased by I think Mr. Yo's got enough Karambits there to take out the monk. It kind of seemed like a bit of a love tap. Do they come with an attack bonus against monks? I didn't think so. No. How did they kill them so quickly? Forward Karsts next to a forward castle here for Mr. Yo, who has now explored and found GL.DauT's 4th town center attempt here to the south. He is going to start getting these villagers. Let's take a look at the upgrades. We know the infantry upgrades are going to be, rather the armor upgrades are going to be there. Oh my god, he converted the sheep. You do not have to be a Celt apparently to steal enemy herdables. And where are they going? The question is GL.DauT going to kill these sheep? Oh, I think he was returning them. Or maybe he just dragged like this and right-clicked his units into the base. Looks like a forward assault out of Karambits. As I was about to say, we know they get the armor upgrades for free just because they are the Malay, and so now he's an Imperial, and now look at that. Immediately, armor upgrades similar to the Koreans and their archers. Attack upgrades, though, he is just now getting iron casting. I've said this so many times. If you're going to go melee and you hit Imperial Age, you have to research Blast Furnace immediately. Unless, of course, you're the Magyars, then you get it for free, but everybody else, research it immediately. There you go. You know why? Because it takes 1 minute and 40 seconds to get that upgrade, and so you do not want to be left in the lurch if you've gone melee. Monk, choose your pathing a little better. 1 more volley of arrows. Misses him entirely, of course. Our Malay does not have ballistics. What he's going to have are elite Karambits, but there's Keshiks. I love Keshiks. Is it any wonder they're decked out in gold? Every time they poke and prod a unit, they generate gold. It's not like the Viking Chieftain's upgrade where you have to actually kill a villager or a monk or a trade card. You actually have to kill them to get the gold. In this case, the Kipchak. The Kipchak? Oh my goodness. Where is my brain today? The Keshik. Although, fair mistake. They are both mounted. They are both a super cool looking unit. Although one has a helmet and one's kind of bald with a top knot. The Keshik makes his civilization richer every time he pokes and prods. He does not have to kill the opposing unit. And now, let's see it. A few pikemen thrown into the mix. The Malay do get halberdiers. And so if there are enough Keshiks, that might require transition. Yeah, okay. They immediately transition. How many barracks here for Mr. Yo? 5 barracks is not bad, especially with a single castle, and now a second castle going up as well. Karambits are a ridiculously quick trained unit. And there's another flood of them now fully upgraded. Elite are moving south, but a Keshik force is moving to intercept. We'll see how much damage Mr. Yo can get. I believe he was at 10 or 11 villager kills right when this force entered this expansion. Where are these 2 Keshiks going? Perhaps a distractionary force as well. Keshiks on the left wipe out the Karambits, but now there's another flow, and now we're in the later stages of the game, although in Empire Wars, later stages means 25 minutes. And now there's a lot of openings. Forests have been deforested. Resource patches have been mined out. But this is a pretty much one-way ticket here for these Karambits who, oh my goodness, it doesn't matter if he started with 10 or 11 villager kills. He's at 39, Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo just reset DauT's villager count to the Stone Age, the Dark Age, right as he also gets a castle. Oh no, things are going very pear-shaped for our Tatar all of a sudden, who himself is lashing out. But you know what? A wall of freaking barracks. Holy moly, Mr. Yo is doubling down on the infantry. Are we going to get to see Forced Levy, the upgrade that turns their two-handed swordsman into 65 food trash units? Well, sorry, he doesn't turn them that with supplies, turn them into 65 food trash units. More Karambits are streaming into the north position of DauT's base here. Doesn't look like they're going to get very many villager kills here. It looks like they just got 2 for now. The Keshiks move forward. Will they get 1 Treb? Is there a villager repairing this? No, there isn't. Why did I think that Treb was getting healthier? But they do get swarmed, and focusing on a university means they have left their posts. They went out to get a cigarette, and in come 4 Keshiks. So another Treb will fall. Converted Keshik here for our Malay, and oh my goodness, it is now DauT's turn to enter into a nook and kill villagers. He has racked up 16 villager kills all of a sudden. And the players are just dishing it out to each other. Karambits are inside the, oh my goodness, of the rear of the Malay's base. The Tatar has crushed the center. All of those barracks have gone bye-bye, and now there are 4 Trebs here as well. And how does Mr. Yo plan on responding to this? I mean, Karambits are great, but 40 HP means they do not survive very long. Like I said, fruit flies. Although the skirmishers are focusing on the halberdiers. Of course they are. They come with a decent attack bonus against spearman line units. Looks like those 2 Karambits are still alive in the rear of DauT's base. DauT, by the way, also just lost all of his Trebs. So the attack here has completely stalled. Karambits, I love when they attack. They take that big step forward. Those 2 Karambit knives in their hands, and now mission kind of accomplished here for Mr. Yo. The attack has, like I said, stalled. There is no more risk to any kind of infrastructure unless DauT wants to risk Keshiks. He is not training any more siege. DauT is actually not training any more military at all. He's building another castle though, so 4 castles for him. Oh my goodness. Band of Keshiks, 5 strong, no kills, fresh recruits, hungry for the chase, hungry to get some damage done to counter all of the gutting that Mr. Yo has done to the rear of the base. Looks like he got another 18 villager kills, DauT managing to get 18 of his own on that side of the map. They are wisely taking a wide berth when it comes to this 1 castle here in the center north position. But Mr. Yo just rebuilding infrastructure. He does have a few forests still available to him, and now he enters into the baby Karst area. A cute little baby Karst surrounded by a wreath of flowers. Okay, Keshik see halberdiers. Keshiks immediately turn around and run the hell the other way. Although, never mind, they turn around and run back. Sometimes grouping and pathing in this game makes your units take weird avenues. When you want them to go left, they go right. When you want them to go forward, they go backwards and then regroup and then go forward. It's very weird. Another castle. So DauT is very much using the Hera approach to this map. Hera likes to put castles next to Karsts because, you know, and essentially the Karsts pay for the castles and the castles protect the gold. And he who has the gold makes the rules, as we all know. And this is a very scary force of infantry. 39 units strong, basically half halberdier, half Karambits. Halberdiers to zone out the Keshiks, Karambits to possibly run in and try to snipe. We saw this the other game. They are very fast units when it comes to infantry. I said they weren't that fast last game I casted with the Malay, and I regret saying that. 1.32 is not that much slower than a Woad Raider, which is the 2nd fastest unit infantry in the game. Trebs firing at one another as a whole bunch of Keshiks trade out for cheap as shit units out of Mr. Yo. That is not a good trade for DauT at all. Neither is this. I can't see a single red unit, although maybe there is one underneath there. Doesn't really matter if there's one. Doesn't really matter if there's 5. You've just traded out a gold unit for a halberdier. And now you're going after the Trebs. Keshik's now not exactly the most intensive, gold-intensive unit. They do only cost 40 gold. So it's not a great loss, but not a terrible loss at the same time. Not like losing non-pull Nightline units, for example. He discovers yet another castle as the halberdiers chase in. They die. I mean, is it any shock that DauT needs castles? His castles are being bombarded one at a time. He is still at 4 with that fresh castle. And now we're getting Tatar hand cannoneers to zone out the infantry. This is what I'm talking about. This game between these players just being absolutely fun to watch. What is attacking? A wolf to the right. Halberdiers are taking out an outpost to the left. High octane action. 4 Trebs from our Malay, who plops down yet another forward castle. I mean, Mr. Yo with those 2.5 Karsts that he had in the beginning, the way he walled off his base, had a massive advantage in terms of safe resources. So we'll see how it all shapes out at the end. But DauT has had to take a bit of a riskier expansion, as we saw Mr. Yo contesting this town center very early on. Not too sure what halberdiers are going to get done. Maybe he's just expecting to find a few Keshiks here and there to defend so that he can kill them. But for the second time, our Malay is back to the rear. But for the first time, he is meeting hand cannoneers, a castle, a town center, and nothing but death and ruin here. Mr. Yo takes a 67 villager kill lead to 28. As the halberdiers to the south will finally get cleaned up. Not too sure they really accomplished very much. A random karambit showing us what a cool pose he is in the stationary position. And now enough's enough to the north. Mr. Yo has pivoted his attention over here. He is getting guilds at the moment. Keshik Force. Keshik Force needs to be careful. Oh my god. It seems like those halbs just one-poked that Keshik to death. Oh, he could have been a weak Keshik, of course. The HP here not exactly great for DauT's army. And Mr. Yo happy to chase into here. You know what? If he can get a few of these units, all the better for him. DauT, for his part, just wants to keep this army running around so that the hand cannoneers can show up. And what the hell am I seeing at the top left of our screen? Elite battle elephants. I have to zoom out. How many stables are we working with here? And why can't I see even a single stable? Oh, you guys know my vision sometimes, my ability to see. We'll take a look at that in a second. Looks like a massive battle here is shaping up. Where are those 4 trebuchets? Oh, they have safely ran back into the welcoming arms of a castle. And where the hell is that stable? Where are those, where's that elephant peeking out? There they are. Oh my goodness, 6 stables. 10 elephants. Now, going elephants against the Tatars, there's one big selling point for the Malay, and then there's 2 major drawbacks. The selling point is that now they're an Imperial, and those elephants are 35% cheaper, which if you've ever played with elephants, not in real life, although that would be something cool. My cousin once did that in Thailand. Spent the day feeding and washing and hanging out with the elephants. But if you've ever played with elephants in Age of Empires, you know how ridiculously expensive they are. Ouch, another force of Keshiks. So that's one incredible selling point for the Malay, is their ridiculously cheap price. Now, unfortunately, the developers giveth and taketh. If you take a look at the top left of your screen, they do not have not only the last armor upgrade, but the second armor upgrade as well. And so they are very susceptible. And then the Tatars have a little unit called the Flaming Camel, which comes with, I believe, 180 bonus attack against elephants, 130 against elephants, and 50 against cavalry, which technically the elephant does have cavalry armor, and so it takes 180 bonus damage. So going elephants against the Tatars, blow up, blow up, blow up. Where are you going? There was a clump of elephants. Is a very ballsy move. A very fun move. I mean, if you've ever doubted these two players going bonkers against one another and why I was so excited to cast this game. 42 minutes in, we're seeing flaming camels taking on elite battle elephants fully upgraded. And I know there's action going on everywhere around the map, but right now I can't help but zoom in here because, like all of us, I want to see the camels explode and I want to see elephants go down. Okay, you got another one, you got another one. Come on, they're very weak. That being said, okay, that was a bit of a waste of a flaming camel. Those two elephants were about to die anyway. That being said, there's enough hand cannoneers. They deal 17 damage. And the elephant only has 4 melee armor, thanks to the lack of the last armor upgrade. Now, they do come with an attack bonus against siege as well, plus 25. So they should be able to take down these trebs, or at least soften them up enough so that the Tatar can take down the trebs. And now there's an elephant run. I mean, these elephants are non-stop. 31 elephants. Mr. Yo with the 43-minute, maybe 40-minute elephant pivot. And now look at his upgrade roster: gold mining, stone mining, crop rotation. This is the moment where he realizes, hey, if I'm going to keep going elephants, cheap as they are, they're still not cheap. I really need to start getting my economy in order. And so he's going full eco upgrades. Our Tatar is not going upgrades at all. He has it's so pleasing to watch. As much as I love elephants, I love them blowing up to flaming camels. Okay, got a pair of buddies here. And the flaming camels spring into action. Will they go after this clump? This is a juicier clump. There's 4 here. By the way, I love that Mr. Yo is not clumping his elephants into a giant death ball. I love that he's sending out groups of 4, 5, 6 here and there. That basically ensures that our Tatar will get good kills with the flaming camels, but he has to keep training them over and over again. There's not that many, and again he splits them up, whether advertently or inadvertently. Flaming camel does cost 30 gold. It does cost 75 food though. And this is what I was talking about. Because it's a Malay battle elephant, hand cannoneers should pretty much one-shot them. I was gonna say these elephants and them, and then it came out as them. What did I say the other day? Fundy? I just, my ability to mix up words. More elephants streaming in, but it kind of looks like the elephant parade is over. Dumbo has outlived his usefulness, and Mr. O, never mind, I say that he trains 10 more as he guts DauT's economy even further. DauT, for the first time in a long time, is down to double-digit villager count. I mean, killing villagers with elephants is a real flex, unless you're the Khmer, the Khmer. Their elephants move 10% faster. And so these battle elephants really, they move just a fraction of a millisecond quicker. You got enough Keshiks there to kill that one poor chunky boy. And the south has been depopulated. There is still gold. There is still stone. There are still farms here. Okay, another good trade for Mr. Yo. Again, the Keshiks are just absolutely melting. Let's see if they can get more than one Treb here. No, they got one Treb and immediately abscond. Fantastic moves. Pulling the halberdiers into the hand cannoneers. Might want to move left now. Okay, there you go. Ooh, this is a nice choke point for DauT to engage with these infantry units. And Mr. Yo, I mean, the level of micro, I'm assuming the APM for both players is like 300 right now. Because these small clumps of units, and where are the elephants? Oh my goodness. More gutting of the Tatar economy. DauT is down to 91 villagers, 94 now. But the ability of these players to carve up their armies into small clumps and then micro those clumps is incredible. Hey, I know you don't want to blow up and die, but, you know, you were trained for a reason, Mr. Flaming Camel. Come on, wake up. Wakey, wakey, shake and bakey. Oh my god. A dozen more show up, and there we go. Was he waiting for a clump? He's in the center. He's in the center. Decent hit. 1500 HP taken off of that clump of elephants with one flaming camel. Holy moly, can that unit pack a punch against mounted units. Petard's more designed to destroy buildings, whereas these flaming camels, because they're a bit more of a mobile petard, look at that movement speed. are more designed to counter cavalry. And will they close? Will they close? My mouse is dragging almost to the edge of the screen. Oh, nice get there. Oh, now Mysterio's clumped, though. He is clumped. Okay. I don't think any elephants died there. Another army to the north. Both of these players microing their hearts out. Holy shit. How many kills? 9 kills, all villagers. This is a bit of a strange position for these Trebs. I mean, they can get full frontaled here by the Keshiks, and there's nothing that the Karambits can do. They're stuck behind the alley, and all 3 Trebs fall. Yet again, how many Trebs have died in the making of this video? We're 52 minutes into the game. DauT is down to 76 villagers, and he's about to get a couple of good elephant hits, though. Oh, it's such a shame that they're behind a castle and we can't really see the full death animation. No, 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 go left, don't go right. Okay, he's going after the healthier elephants, of course. Looks like the Karambits spring into action. Those 9 kills have become 17. DauT is just getting shredded by the Age of Empires Zergling, and this is exactly what Zerglings are supposed to do in the late stages of the game. I forget the name of the upgrade in StarCraft that gives them the movement speed. The wings, they get wings and stuff, and oh, what the hell is the name of that upgrade? Oh, look at that. DauT is actually clearing up the army. He's down significantly. Who's kidding who? There's no stat the DauT is ahead in right now. He's down 69 villagers to 127. He's down 49 army count to 82, and it's not a bad 82 army count, although it just jumped up to 92. And yeah, I mean, look at the minimap. Look at the frickin' minimap. Let's look at the theaters of activity, okay? The theaters of war. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna call this 3 because he did kill a villager. If he was attacking just a mining camp, I wouldn't give a shit. 3. We'll call this 4 just to be nice. 5. We'll say 6. 6 theaters of war. And then at the same time, Mysterio's expanding with his eco all over the place. And when I said these 2 players are some of the funnest, if not the funnest to watch, especially when they face off against one another, I hope you now believe me and take my word. Next time, hopefully these 2 titans meet. We have yet another amazing game, but look at the kill count. No shock that DauT has 170 more kills than his opponent because he has been killing halberdiers and karambits the entire game. But look at the villager kill count. 223 to 49. Almost 300 villagers died in a 51-minute game. Oh man, Empire Wars can be such a fun, badass version of the game. 486 kills, 654. And was I right about PKPM? What? 17 minutes in, 35 minutes in? What? I thought for sure we were going to get to see at least 250 out of both players. But okay, I guess it was the set it and forget it. Right click on this part of the map and send your karambits. Right click on this part of the map and send your karambits. Halberdiers to Keshiks, karambits to hand cannoneers, elephants to flaming camels. I mean, aside from maybe seeing some cavalry archers from the Tatars, I think we basically saw everything. And by the way, did he get Timorid Siegecraft? Did I miss that? No, DauT not only getting no siege engineers, he also did not get Timorid Siegecraft to make those Trebs 19 range. They're stuck at a meager 16, whereas Mysterio's are with siege engineers, so they do get up to 17 range. Let's take a look at the economies. I can't imagine they were very similar for very long. I mean, they were very similar, and then all of a sudden, the blue line here just collapses. We've got, that was me making a whoopee cushion sound, by the way. I did not actually do anything. I remember back when I started the channel, somebody once accused me of farting during a game cast. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Maybe if I was 18 and I was like Jinxie or somebody and I was like on my 8th Red Bull of the morning, I would be farting all over the place. But no, that was me making a whoopee cushion noise just to go from this peak to this trough. Holy moly. Relic gold for DauT. I mean, to outdo Mr. Yo in the relic game is an achievement all of its own. He does have a little bit more stone, but look at the gold, look at the food, look at the wood, all of it, 10,000 more resources. And when you have 35% discounted elephants, 10,000 resources plays a very big role Conversion's not really the end of the, not really playing a role at all. 42 buildings destroyed by our Malay to 16, but none of that really tells the story. The real story is this number, 223. And at the end of the day, how many town centers does our Tatar have? He does have 5 town centers, which I think is more than Mr. Yo, who has just 3. But Mr. Yo, despite a little bit of skirmisher annoyance here and some Keshik poking and prodding here, and a very scary, very tense, very butt-clenching moment here where the Tatar army was running amok and the 4 Trebs looked like they were about to gun down this castle, which hasn't really been repaired since then. Since that moment, the aggression has just been on DauT side of the map, and with that aggression, Mr. Yo is just able to rack up 4 times, 4.5 more times the villager kills, and with displaying all the cool units that the Malay have for us, with the one exception that we didn't see Forced Levy. So we didn't get to see, what's the name of that upgrade? Silk Armor or Timorid Siegecraft out of our Tatar, and we didn't get to see Forced Levy out of our Malay. Now, I guess if I want to be real fair about it, I could say we also didn't get to see Thalassocracy, or Thalatocracy as we learned it growing up. But I did not expect to see docks turned into harbors, because I don't think there's any water on this map at all. It's just too full of ground beef. And by the way, an hour into the game, there's still as much stone and as much gold as your average Arabia map still left. And that's after they mined out so much gold. I mean, this is 47,000 gold and about 11,000 stone. Even after that, there's still all these resources. So this map, as much as I love shrubland, this map really does lend itself to big old battles and big old creativity. And unfortunately for our Tatar in this particular matchup, Mr. Yo's elephant clumps were just too numerous and not as concentrated. Now, if he had sent clumps like this, DauT could have gotten a lot more kills with his flaming camels, but Mr. Yo did not. He sent them out like this. And when the flaming camels moved to one side, the karambits moved to the other. So just an absolute masterclass by Mr. Yo of being basically in 6 different freaking locations, 7 if you want to count some of these other raiding areas that he's engaged in. But holy moly, did Mr. Yo just pick and pull apart the Tatar settlement. 12, 18, 20 villager kills at a time, and there is nothing that DauT can do to respond to this, not when you're facing off against ridiculously cheap elephants and 27,000 gold still left out on the map. Wood seems to be down about to a third of it, but there's still plenty of wood for those farms, and there's absolutely no harassment on this side of the map. So DauT just getting poked and picked apart like a carcass by, I guess, a Malay vulture. In this case, it is Mr. Yo who, with the ridiculous 4.5 times more villager kills, who takes the W. But what a fun game from both players. GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.